our team affiliated with the Francis E. Thompson Digital Library for Family Research wanted to inform audiences of the great and prosperous Black community that resided in the Twin Cities, specifically in Southside Minneapolis. Much of this Black success can be attributed towards organizations such as the Associated Negro Credit Union. We sought out the convergence of the past with our present and decided to get a feel of how Southside Minneapolis is now.
So, I'm Marquise Miles. I am serving as creative director of African American Cultural Tourism Experience with the Francis E. Thompson Digital Library Family Research that's working with the Minnesota Historical Society. And I'm here currently on 4th Avenue. There was a concentration of wealth that accumulated with the contributions made by the Black community. And that is what helped form the Associated Negro Credit Union. This was a credit union that started in 1937 and generated so much wealth and overall financial prosperity within the community in which it was formed.
I even took some time to interview my colleagues and fellow members of my community to gain insight from their wisdom.
So, do you know about the ANCU, the Associated Negro Credit Union?
I do. I became familiar with the credit union actually when the Lost Negroes of North America was being put together. When Ralph was doing research for that particular piece, the ANCU came up as being an integral part of this community. I too grew up and down this street with relatives. I was raised in St. Paul, but spent a lot of time in this area, and so I have family roots, and so very familiar with both the spokesman and the credit union.
I went ahead and asked the same questions.
Grew up not too far away from here, and when I heard about the legacy of the Associated Negro Credit Union, probably 5-6 years ago, I was very intrigued for such a major accomplishment that happened, originating from South Minneapolis, that dealt with Minneapolis and St. Paul, and really the kind of support and the unity within the Black community then in the late 1930s. Yeah, so I'm very, very aware of it, and I think it's just a terrific piece of history.
For the first thrift and loan group formed by grassroots-based Black Minnesotans ever, the accomplishments made by the ANCU were remarkable. This is not surprising, as the community that birthed the ANCU was one rich with history and a strong sense of community, full of important buildings that housed important people. Unfortunately, not too unlike the old Rondo community neighborhood of St. Paul, construction of highways and unstable infrastructure, exacerbated by ineffective policies made by select politicians in the late 1960s, waned the prosperity of Black community in the Twin Cities. Still, as evidenced by my interviews and with the Francis E. Thompson Digital Library and Minnesota History Center's collaboration on Black neighborhood bus tours, it is clear that this history will not be forgotten as long as there is active effort put into ensuring we do remember this history.